Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tiny Bunny. We just got knocked out, and I'm pretty sure we're unconscious in the snow, and this is all a dream sequence. And before we get back to it, I want to just say real quick that you're going to want to be at the live stream tomorrow, because I'm going to play, I think, the scariest game I've ever played, Visage. Oh, man, it was bad. Anywho, I'm going to play it again. It's going to be me and chairs, and it's going to be freaking terrifying. And I hope the volume's all right now, because my microphone decided to just update itself and just change everything. Alrighty, we're definitely knocked out in the snow. Let's see what happens. Can I interact with the... No, yeah, I'm 100% passed out. Open the door. Is it the light of heaven? Went out into the hallway and the conversation became clear. Laughter. Oh, that's so sad. I haven't heard Mom laugh in so long. In a silent house among the sneaking shadows. I sneaked through the ladder to the lower floor, as if afraid to spoil that moment. Through the ladder? And then I asked him, do you have any comics? I want to buy some for my bunny. And he goes, your rabbit reads comics? They got a whole lot of... This is definitely parallels, dude. These guys are bunnies. This family, these people. Oh. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, I tell him. My bunny is well trained. That's a weird thing to say. Gosh, you're the best. Did you doubt me? Aw, not even for a second. Oh, it's Wolverine. You can't see his face. Hold on. Look, it's Wolverine. But, like, scarier somehow. When I entered the kitchen, Mom was kissing Dad on the forehead, and he was gently stroking her shoulder. Oh, they're so happy. Olya sat between our parents, armed with a fork. Polka-dotted cooking pot emitted a pleasant aroma. Even the lid was on.
А вот и он.
Here he is.
Привет, Соня. Весь в отца.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Took after your father in that. The white canvas of a frosted window behind Mom's back made it look like she was on someone's painting.
Садись, садись. В ногах правды нет.
This is a little odd. Come on, sit down. Take a load off your feet.
А завтрак – самое важное для здорового человека.
Breakfast is the most important thing for any healthy person. Her hair is different. This is a memory. Her hair is shorter. Mom has a ponytail. I think his hair was different too. He had white lines, right? I sat down, a charming smile on my lips. Oh. Olya winked at me and the lamp on the table flickered in unison with her.
Заспанный какой.
You look so sleepy.
Какой есть? Наш родной. В детдом сдавать поздно.
Well, what can you do? He's our child. It's already too late to hand him over to an orphanage. What? Dad let out a dry laugh to show he was joking. Mom slapped him on the shoulder.
Ой, я голодная, страшно.
I'm so hungry.
А мы, думаешь, просто так тут слюной капаем?
Do you think you're the only person who's dripping saliva over here? That's gross.
Братик, ты так кушать
Come on,
будешь?
big bro. Will you eat like this?
Как?
How? I caught the sparkling gazes of my parents on myself. If I had a camera at that moment, I would have taken a snap so I could always look at those smiles on a photograph. I wanted this beautiful moment to last forever. The light bulb went out and then came back. The window glass shuddered slightly.
Сними маску, сынок. Есть же неудобно.
Take the mask off, son. It'll get in the way of eating. Oh no. He knocked me out and put the mask
Какую
on.
маску?
What mask? A silly smile got stuck on my face. Dad showed me his sturdy white teeth that looked like piano keys.
Снимай, снимай, заяц.
Come on, take it off, bunny. I slid my hand across my cheek, let out a laugh.
Вы о чем?
What do you mean? Dad wiped his wet eyes with his knuckles.
Ух, насмешил ты нас. Ну, молодец.
Oh, good job making us laugh, son.
А теперь маску сними, будь добр.
Now take off your mask, please. Touched my face again. My skin was numb.
Но на мне нет маски.
But I'm not wearing a mask. Oh my gosh. Mom fidgeted on her chair. She tilted her head and squinted. That's a squint? The canvas behind her turned gray and kept getting darker with every passing moment.
Но я не могу уже терпеть.
I can't wait anymore.
Сними маску, не валяй дурака.
This is getting scary. Take off the mask. Stop fooling around. His voice was kind but firm.
Мам, Тоша меня пугает.
Tosha is scaring me. Chair legs scraped against the floorboards. Oh. Is that it? This is as far as you going? Chair legs scraped against the floorboards. Olya moved away from me. She wasn't smiling anymore. Actually, there wasn't a single smile left in the room, if you don't count the cracks in the walls.
Что ты наделал? Твоя сестра плачет.
What have you done? You made your sister cry.
Но
Wow, she's like horrified, and that's gross. Olya sobbed, her eyes downcast, sneaking fearful glances at me. Mom slammed her fist on the table and almost fell to the floor along with the chair.
Сын называется. Мы веселились, а тут ты пришел. Испортил все.
With disgrace of a son, we were all having fun, and then you came around and ruined everything. Splashes of saliva flew at me. I turned to Dad, begging him to explain what was happening. Sticky syrup trickled down Dad's beard, falling on his shirt. His eyes were looking in different directions. There was a loud sound in the attics. Water pipes grumbled. The house was alive. Every room had someone rustling, moving around, breathing in it. The light bulb started flickering like a stroboscope. The faces of my parents disappeared into the darkness, only to appear again moments later. Outside, a tall shadow walked past the window. I was about to jump up and run away, but my body wasn't listening to my commands. My hands just obediently stayed on the table. I was just an onlooker. The lights went out. I spent 3 heartbeats in complete darkness. And the bulb flashed with blinding light. 3 masks were looking at me with their gaping eyes. A fox woman, where my mom was just a moment ago. A wolf man at the head of the table. And a bunny girl. My Olya. I couldn't even ask why they put on these strange and scary animal faces. And why the fur on them was moving, as if there's something writhing inside the masks, making the paper mache bulge. My tongue didn't listen to the commands my brain sent to it. I could only shift my gaze between the masks, watching the long, twisted shadows behind the masks of my family.
Кушать подано.
She tore off the lid from the pot. I knew it. Oh, that's so loud. A pair of glazed eyes was drilling me from inside the pot. Its mouth was open in a silent scream. The head at the bottom of the pot belonged to me. Blood ran down the agonized face of the cut-off head. At the same time, something hot started streaming from my nostrils, scarlet drops falling on the tablecloth. Eat up. Yeah, okay. Thought so. It was a nightmare. I jumped up, my jaw was burning, as were my temples. The kitchen, the beast and animal masks, and the dead head, everything had disappeared. Everything but the mask that was haunting me. One of the delinquents put it on me for the laughs. I tore off the bunny mask that had already stuck to my face, threw it into the darkness, and realized that I woke up near the crumpled snowman in the forest, covered in snow and coniferous needles, without my glasses and with a smashed face. So I blacked out. Horrible. pulsating pain seemed like a gift compared to the horrors I just witnessed. I sat up, spitting out blood. The force seemed like a prison that was keeping me in with its wooden bars. I didn't know how long I was out. Well, it's dark now, so hours. My limbs were numb from the cold, and my pants were soaking wet. I stood alone in a ring of towering trunks, not being able to see anything. Everything around me moved, trembled. My ears went numb from all the rustling. The treetops melted into the darkness of the cosmos. The bushes became empty cells, whose occupants were suddenly set free. It felt like a clawed fang could fly out of the darkness into my stunned face at any moment. I heard a scream, somewhere far away.
Антон!
They're looking for me! Someone was looking for me, just like that boy who went missing. Tears stung my eyes. A big drop fell from my lashes.
Антон!
Say something, idiot! The scream was closer now, and for a moment I even believed that I was about to be saved.
Я здесь!
I'm here. The light hit my face. I covered it with my hand. Flashlight's raised, slid down.
Антон! Вот ты где.
He's dead.
Ты совсем сдурел?
You out of your mind?
Это вообще как понимать?
What's this all about? My dad walked out from the shadows. I went toward him, hoping that he won't melt, that he's not another trick that my insane mind played on me. Turned out to be real, warm and alive.
Язык проглотил?
Got your tongue. What a weird thing to say, right? What the hell's going on?
Я встретил твою одноклассницу на дороге. Она сказала...
How did you meet her? What? I met a girl from your class on the road. She said... Branches cracked in the distance. I pressed myself into my father's chest, engulfed by fear. He started looking around, alerted, and spoke in a tone of voice that was much more nervous.
Так, пойдем отсюда скорее.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Мать узнает, такой нагоняй нам устроит, мало не покажется.
If your mother learns of this, she'll be so mad at us, we'll never forget this day. I reached out for my father, still feeling the chilling embrace of fear. I grabbed his firm hand, felt his quick pulse within my fingertips, and stood up and wobbled along behind my father, following his barely discernible footprints. Back to civilization. Back to light. Back to the road where my dad parked his car.
Чтобы дома ни слова, ясно?
And not a word about this at home? They're gonna ask.
Ни единого намека, где я тебя нашел.
Don't even hint at where I found you.
Да, пап.
Everyone's afraid of the woods real bad, okay. Huh. He was holding my hand as if it was the most precious thing in the world and kept telling me how afraid he is to lose me or Olya. I nodded and moved my legs. Aww, that's so nice. Only when we got to the car, Dad noticed my scratches. Scratches? You mean the bloody nose and stuff?
Тебя били?
Somebody hurt you? I felt up my cheek.
Подрался.
I got into a fight.
Из-за чего?
Over what?
Из-за девушки.
A girl. His dad should... Dad replied with a thoughtful nod. Nice. Heard the low hum of the engine. My dad wore a fearful expression. It wasn't that sticky fear that paralyzed me in the nightmare, though. His fear was noble, like crystal clear diamond. He opened the glove box and got some napkins out of it.
Драться за девушку? Это правильно.
Fighting for the girl you like is right. Let's go, Dad. Let's go.
Да, нужно решать конфликт словами, но иногда слова не помогают.
Normally you try to resolve things with words, just sometimes words don't work. Dad flashed an encouraging smile at me. Right as he was about to close the glove box, I noticed a handle peeking out from under a rug. He was carrying a gun around. My dad, a true intellectual, had a pistol with him, like an action movie hero, or like an ordinary thug. Some voice. Shut the what? Pines were flying by in the window. The car's lights were struggling against the darkness. Does he keep peeking at me? The car carried me back home. Dad was cautiously studying me in the back mirror. I was thinking about the gun, about my dreams, and people in animal masks that pretended to be my parents. Yeah, that was super friggin' weird. I like it. Really cool artistic style. And the white snowflakes just kept dancing in the starry sky. They already go to bed and whatnot. Look what the cat dragged in. They have such weird little quips. Mom was going down the stairs, piercing Dad with her trademark glare. Maybe her hair isn't longer. Huh. Her face showed something between wrath and condescension. Suddenly her gaze shifted to me and stayed for a dangerously long time.
Так, я не поняла. Антон, а где очки?
Where are your
Потерял?
glasses, Anton? Did you lose them?
Да в школе поди забыл, простофиля.
I can't tell them that I got in a fight. I can tell Dad. That's cool. Mom's just mad because she's sad. This dummy probably just forgot them at school. A venomous pause followed.
Весь в тебя.
He's your son, all right. Dad glared at Mom and then mischievously winked at me, reminding me of our deal.
Ну ничего, есть же запасные. Проживем как-нибудь.
We got spare glasses, so we'll manage somehow. My parents stood in silence a bit longer, and then both of them went to mind their own business. They couldn't just be happy together that their son is safe. Olya threw herself into my arms before I could even take off my coat.
А я лису видела!
I saw Fox. Surprise akin to a shotgun blast. I could only flap my lips in reply. A cup shattered into many little pieces with a loud thang. My mom let it fall from her hands. Her face was pale and her eyes were glued to the ground. This pause, just a split second, felt like an eternity. Then my mom spoke with disappointment. First it was an owl, now it's a fox. Will you ever get tired of this? Just let her be a little kid.
Правда, правда!
But it's true.
Такая пушистая!
She was so fluffy.
Она у забора стояла на задних лапах, совсем как человек.
She stood on her back legs near the hedge just like a person.
Она меня позвала, а тут мама вышла, и лиса убежала.
The fox called my name, but then Mom came and she fled. They're trying to get Olya. There was no fox. Stop making things
Не
up.
подходи к ней.
Don't go near her. Yeah, yeah. If it was necessary, I was ready to shake my sister as if she was a doll made of cloth.
Ты чего, Тоша?
What's wrong, Tosha?
Не подходи, слышишь?
Don't go. You hear me? Mom entered the hallway and gave me a surprised look. Hesitated. What? What do you want?
Ну, лиса ведь укусить может.
Well, a fox will bite you. I remembered fairy tales where foxes used to kidnap children. Yeah. Imagine Alisa, liberated, carnivorous, running through the night forest with a dangling sack in her
Это ж
hands.
была не настоящая лиса.
It wasn't a real fox.
Расскажи ему, Оль.
Tell him, Olya.
Она на двух ногах ходила, а еще была в платье одета.
She stood on two legs and she wore a dress.
Только она была взаправду.
And she was real.
Видишь?
See? Mom showed us a tired smile as if this was the only explanation needed. I also forced myself to smile. A smile was like a thin piece of soap right before it dissolves completely on your palm. When I was left alone with my sister, I whispered,
Еще раз увидишь ее, беги.
"If you see her again, run." Cute little Olya. We have to protect her. Memories about my family and disgusting masks attacked, bombarded me like the underhanded blows of my classmates. Yeah. The furry faces of my family stood before my eyes. The toothy mouths full of thick saliva. What's happening to me? What kind of tricks is my mind playing on me? This bunny mask was real. It just appeared in my school bag out of nowhere, as if I never threw it away in the forest. I shut my eyes and threw the vitamins in my mouth. Washed them down with water. Please stop driving me mad. Please. I barely managed to force myself to do homework, but those math problems just refused to be solved. Numbers in my notebooks tumbled around and mixed in a whirling dance, sometimes running over the lines. Like, isn't there like it's not a disease, what is it called? It's an actual thing where like you can't, like reading is hard because the letters move. My head became heavy from that pandemonium and I almost dropped it into that chain of numbers. My eyelids felt like there were tiny weights tied to them, the type used in grocery stores. And at the right at the moment, I surrendered and closed my notebook. The memories of my day started flashing before my eyes. I was in the middle of the school's stuffy school corridor. I could see the literature classroom from here, the faces of dead classical writers and their portraits, the prim and regal pose of our homeroom teacher, Lilia Pavlovna. And around that corner was her daughter, Katya, a snitch and a gossip, eagerly waiting for me. The blonde, I knew it.
Новенький. Новенький.
I hate you.
Чего тебе, Кать?
What do you want? She got on her tiptoes and started swaying, like hiding her hands behind her back, and then asked me with a fake smile on her face.
Скажи, пожалуйста, а чего это тебя к нам перевели, а?
Can I ask you something? Why did you get transferred here? I might have told the truth about this to Paulina. Mikhail will sell it on the market for 3 kopeckas. It would be same as printing all my thoughts and hanging them near Vova's picture for everyone to see. So I reverted to an answer I knew by heart.
Это все из-за моих родителей.
It's all because of my parents.
У папы тут новая работа. А мама...
Mama. I didn't even read it. Mikhail didn't even listen to me. She just rushed towards the perked up ears of our friends, whispered something while stealing glances at me and giggling.
Да-да, конечно, конечно.
I don't care if you believe me or not.
Он нас тут совсем за дурачков держит.
He takes us all for fools. Did this
Я
happen,
вот
or is he just
слыхала,
doing it in his head
что
again?
это все из-за его отца.
I've heard it's all because of his father.
Он недавно кому-то крутому дорогу перешел, и теперь они всей своей семейкой в нашем захолустье скрываются.
He crossed the road to some big shot. Now their family's hiding in a remote little village. Is that true?
Неправда! Ты все врешь!
That's not true. You're lying.
А слышали? Слышали, как ему бабурин всыпал?
Is this the next day? I'm so confused. What just happened? Did you hear? Did you hear a Babberin beat him up?
А этот лишь ручки опустил, да глазенки потупил.
Nah, I kicked him. Right in the stomach. And all he could do was look all pathetic and take it.
Прекрати! Ты знаешь, он не один был!
Stop it. You know he wasn't alone. How would she know he
И
wasn't alone?
будто этого мало.
And if he's having a nightmare again. That wasn't
Ходят
enough.
слухи, что
There are rumors.
этот чудик повсюду таскает с собой заячью маску.
There are rumors that this weirdo carries a bunny mask with him wherever he goes. How would she know all this?
Ой, девочки, ну кто же в своем уме будет такое делать?
Who in their right mind would do something like that? Huh, girls?
Ясно, понятно. Со странностями наш Антошка.
I see. Our Antoshka must be truly special.
Может, слабоумный?
Maybe
А
he's an
может.
autist, but what if?
И маньяк?
He's a serial killer?
Если в его портфеле хорошо покопаться, там и топор отыскать можно.
I'm sure you'll be able to find an axe in his backpack if you look hard enough. Or something even worse.
Да-да-да.
Замолчи! Заткнись!
I'll kill you.
Вон как раскричался-то, будто ужаленный.
Look at him scream, as if something bit him.
А зрачки-то, зрачки какие широкие.
His pupils, look how wide they are.
Опять чего доброго с катушек слетит и руки распускать начнет.
I hope he won't go insane and resort to violence again.
Не зря же его мать с таблетками пичкает.
I mean, there must be a reason his mom always feeds him those pills, right? Does he, like, freak out? I just stood there in confusion, trying in vain to understand how she found out about my medicine. And what scared me even more was the possibility that her nonsense had some truth mixed in.
Да-да,
Да-да.
он такой же ненормальный, как и его сестрица.
You don't say that. He's insane as his little
К
sister.
этой сумасшедшей дурочке каждую ночь прилетает сова ростом с человека.
Can you imagine that she says a human-sized owl visits her every night?
Только что-то ее никто из здоровых людей не видел.
Not a single healthy person has seen it. Hey,
А этот наивный простак ей верит.
and this simpleton believes her. Can you imagine that?
Вы представляете?
Then I caught a single kind look from the smirking crowd.
Как же так, Антон?
How can it be, Anton?
Неужели действительно тебе не здоровится?
Are you really... Are you unwell?
Полина, послушай меня!
Please listen to me.
Как же, как же? Не слушай этого болтуна, Полиночка.
Polinochka.
Свистит он, что в Москве бывал, как пить дать.
He's probably never even been to Moscow. He needs to realize a nightmare.
Это ничтожество
Instead of
даже
just letting it
постоять
go.
за себя не может.
This loser can't even stand up for
А
himself.
при случае и за тебя не заступится.
And he won't be able to defend you if it comes down to it. Hey! That's not fair.
Думая, как бы только самому по шее не схлопотать.
Except that I didn't run away.
Слабак.
Swackbach. Napoleon slouched as if someone kicked her in the stomach and then burst out in tears and fell to the dirty floor, wailing and screaming. This is so bizarre. I can't understand her reaction, but I still rushed to Polina's side before getting shoved violently by Katya.
Убери от нее свои лапы, чудовище!
Get your paws off her, you monster. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't read it. It slowly rose from the cloudy mist. I felt my upper lip lift creep up, showing my teeth.
То, что твой отец бьет мать, еще не дает тебе права поднимать руку на девушку!
That's messed up. That can't be true. The fact that your father beats your mother doesn't give you the right to do the same to girls. My fists became hammers. I couldn't unclench them. Nobody can speak about my family like that. I came to my senses when I already lunged at the angry Katya.
Слетел-таки! Слетел!
You went nuts. I can't tell if this is real or not. I don't think it is.
Спасите! Помогите! Петров с катушек слетел!
Petrov? Is that his last name? Anton? He went completely It's not real. At the same moment, the crowd around her became louder. It started whistling and roaring and growing. The subtle silhouettes of my classmates became larger, wider. They shot upward towards the ceiling. Ugh! Turned into a giant black forest chock full of toothy faces. I shrank to a tiny ball of fur and started shaking in fear before the might of ulcer-ridden trunks that belonged to either trees or humans. It was impossible to tell.
Вот ты и показал свое животное нутро!
So you finally shown your animal nature?
Трус!
Oh my gosh. What the frig? Katya's face was twisted with jubilation and ecstasy. Is that what that looks like? And she's just bawling her eyes out, freaking out on the ground. Why did you do this to me? Paulina screamed while choking on her tears. Is that supposed to be Anton or her?
Он!
He is just
Животное!
an animal,
Чужак!
an outsider. He's a bunny. Weird. Really, really weird. What the hell was that? A scary flapping of wings came from the forest. A pair of giant white ears descended from somewhere from above, and I dug myself into them.
Антон! Антон!
Пожалуйста!
Please. Wake up. I jumped up, almost falling out of bed. Apparently I was thrashing around for hours on the sweat-soaked sheets. Olya's scream pulled me out, set me free from the tentacles of fear.
Антон!
Is she outside?
Пожалуйста!
Please.
Вставай!
Oh,
Вставай!
that's so sad. It took my eyes a while to focus on the silhouette near the window. Olya's voice was distant. My head was still ringing after the fight. Sounds got distorted, as if my ears were stuffed with cotton. My sister, as distressed as ever, just kept on repeating the same phrase.
Сова! Сова!
Is she outside?
Пожалуйста! Я боюсь!
I'm scared. Her tears poured on my heart like boiling water, but I was almost thankful for the owl's appearance. Otherwise, the scared Olya wouldn't have woken me up.
Оля, я сейчас.
Wait a second, Olya.
Хочешь, я тебе Мурзилку почитаю?
Want me to read Murzilka for you?
Подожди.
Give me. I placed my bare heels on the cold floor. Felt around for my glasses. Remembered Semyon, his underhanded act, and sighed.
Антон! Пожалуйста!
Please, Please help me, Anton. Look. She couldn't tear her eyes off the window as if it was a staring contest. I found the light switch with my hand. The light poured bright light all over me. I got up. My vision fooled me, moving the window closer only to push it farther the next moment. My sister was just a blurry spot. I took a hesitant step forward.
Оль,
Olya?
что там?
What's there?
Что-то случилось?
What happened? It's moving.
Ты хочешь, чтобы я открыл шторы?
Do you want me to open the curtains?
Нет, не надо!
She's to my left? No, please don't.
Там же сова!
The owl is there. Where is she? Yeah, the voice is coming from behind. There's something there. I turned around and froze from terror. Teary-eyed Olya stood in the doorway.
С кем?
Who?
С кем ты разговаривал, братик?
Who are you talking to just now? She stared at me with eyes that were red from crying, with her hands wrapped around her shoulders. Her voice was nervous, as if she was afraid to hear my answer.
Я разговаривал с тобой. С тем, кто притворился.
Oh no, I was talking to you, to someone who pretended to be you. The ledge outside my windows creaked ominously as if something huge was sitting on it. And the thing that pretended to be Olya started spreading, changing shape, grow to scary heights under the light of a carnivorous moon. I'm sorry, what? What is going on? The voice didn't belong to my sister anymore. The thing that was hiding behind my curtains got tired of pretending, making me look like a fool. I pinched myself as hard as I could, hoping that the silhouette near the window was just a continuation of my nightmare. A hallucination brought upon by my cursed house. And those don't bite, do they? The silhouette was towering before me under the veil of mist. I heard Olya's shrill scream when someone had knocked on the window. Knock, knock.
Она пришла за нами!
They came to get us. Another knock. I stepped back into the middle of the room, as if there existed nooks where I could hide from this horror. Just go check it out. The sound was sharp, metallic. The lamp started shimmering, then it suddenly lighted the whole room and went out, like a candle under a strong wind. The filament inside snapped with a ringing sound. The darkness I was waiting for that exact moment poured from all angles and enveloped me. There's only this window left in the whole universe. Moonlight poured through it, painting everything the color of bones that were exhumed from a crypt. Olya started squealing and pressing herself into my back, seeking protection. And then an eye, burning over the carnivorous fire, stared at us from the window. No, it wasn't trying to break the window, it was toying with us. It just kept knocking, driving us mad. As if a giant clock was measuring the time left for us, its pendulum swinging above the abyss.
Уходи! Убирайся! Пошла прочь!
She was screaming in desperation, her hands clutching my arm in a pair of pincers. Dude, this is what she's been seeing all this time? Okay, that's just starting to sound silly now. I could barely make out a pair of wings that spread out above the black spot.
Скажи ей, Антон!
Tell her, Anton. Yeah.
Скажи, что я больше не буду себя плохо вести!
That's so sad. Tell it that I won't be a bad girl anymore.
Никогда!
Never ever.
Только пусть она уйдет!
I just wanted to leave.
Пожалуйста!
The moonlight suddenly disappeared and the room descended into darkness. We couldn't see the burning eye anymore. I swallowed the stingy lump that was stuck in my throat. I stepped towards the curtains, entranced by the call of this disfigured guest.
Не буду, не буду, не буду, не буду!
That's so sad. That's so sad. The bleak window was creeping closer. Curtains rustled. I reached out to move them aside so I could look my fear in the eye. There you go. Come on. At that moment, I heard noise coming from my parents' bedroom. Without thinking, I pulled the curtain to the side in one swing. Nothing. Though there was something shining on the ledge among the scattered feathers. These glasses. What? So there's actually footprints of an owl. And feathers. And I brought the glasses. I don't know what to think anymore. Was that a gift from the gurgling night? Did that owl really bring them here? I looked at the front yard, at the foreboding clearing at the toothy forest. Not a soul. Not a trace of our late night guest. Only the old lamppost, dreaming like a lone watchman among the snowy desert. The dry window frame creaked. What? I tore away the insulating tape and the stipes of glued newspapers. Opened the window with big trouble. Big trouble. Frost pinned me with its little needles. The paintings on my walls moved from the draft. I touched my glasses, sure they would melt in my hands. But they were real. My brain was scrambling for an explanation. Semyon and his gang just pulled a prank on me, that was it. That's it. A smooth white blanket was glittering under the street lamp, just outside our yard. If anybody was to get close to the house, to climb the pipe to the ledge of my window, they would surely leave footprints. But there were none. I cautiously took my glasses. My wrist was still intact. Oh yeah. Nobody pulled me into the darkness, full of restless writhing.
Вы почему не спите?
Why aren't you in bed? Hey, we just had an actual sighting, Mom. I swayed from surprise and almost fell out of the window. I almost dove forward in surprise. You out of your mind?
Жарко, что ли?
Did it feel hot in here?
Не болели давно?
Do you want to catch a cold? Hey, stop it.
Там сова была! Тоша ее прогнал!
The owl is here. Tosha chased it away.
А
Come
ну-ка,
on.
марш спать к себе в комнату.
Go to your room immediately and get in your bed.
А с тобой?
And you what? My mom paused, directing her seething eyes at me. She was thinking of a punishment equivalent to my crime. In the end, she just waved her hand, took Olya by the shoulder and left, throwing gloomy words my way. Dude, if it can copy voices and trick people, Olya's done. There's no friggin' way.
Завтра поговорим.
We'll talk tomorrow. Yeah, we friggin' will. Gonna have some freaking words. I managed to get the frame back in place with a couple of hits. You ever like, remove the whole window to open the window? Pressed in the latches with all of my strength my fingers could muster. The cold left the room, but the fear was still present. Placed my glasses on my nose and started studying my reflection in the window. Didn't look like a face, more like a death mask. Just like the one worn by the boy from the notice post board. That night I was on the edge of joining him there. A black and white face was staring at me through the clearing between student heads. And it wasn't Vova. His face was right beside it. I recognized the fat cheeks, the damaged skin. No way, he's gone now? Maybe Alisa caught wind that he did something and like snagged him, you know? And in the process got his glasses and brought him back. Huh. Was wearing a bandage about Semyon. Is he just in school now? What the hell? Baberin's photo was printed out and placed under the glass like an exhibition piece. Maybe that little gang's not so secure, huh? What? Thank you for completing episode 2. We are deeply grateful for everyone who's purchased the game in early. Oh my gosh. Well, it's over for now. Now what? That's so interesting. Man, I cannot even think where they could go with the story for this. I have no idea if it's supernatural, if it's not, and if it is, how. I think they said there's going to be 5 episodes, and this is just 2. I'm so impatient when it comes to stuff like this. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, you're going to want to be there for tomorrow's stream. This is just going to be good. Nice. Very well done. Okay, thanks for watching. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.